Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Lady Nika, and with my review for this week's episode of Empire. I apologize for coming out late, but y'all know I've been under the weather, so now that I'm here, I'm trying to catch up. So we're going to jump right on into it with this episode. Started off this week with the FBI, the Federales, or raiding Empire. Meanwhile, Jamal is in studio singing. Also, he is preparing for a shoot with Rolling Stones. When an employee comes in and alerts him that there is something important that he needs to come and check on, he comes into his father's office where Becky is currently sitting there recording everything that they're doing. They in there tearing up pillows and all this shit. Now, I don't know what the hell Miss D.A. bitch expect to get out of that, but that's what she had them doing, trying to, I guess, find whatever she can find on Lucious. And Jamal comes in telling them they better not tear up his father's business, and the FBI is telling him that they can pretty much do what they want because they have secured a warrant to do so. And in taking and confiscating records and files and things of that nature from the Empire, they also confiscate Becky's phone. Well, she says that's against her some amendment right, child. But she tells Jamal to give her his phone. And when he does, we see the FBI agent telling one of his counterparts to confiscate hers, to confiscate that phone as well. And the guy goes to try to take the phone from Becky, and she takes off running. I don't know why they be doing it to poor Becky, making her look like that on camera, but okay, whatever. Over at Dynasty, Anika is pleading with Cookie to work with her, and she feels that since she told Cookie about Lucious' party, which they were able to raid and whatnot, she feels that Cookie should consider it. Well, Cookie saying she don't trust Anika, and Hakeem chimes in that you can't trust nobody in this business because his own father sabotaged his girl group. Cookie's a bit irritated, so she's telling him, you know, boy, we got bigger problems. Your daddy trying to keep you off the radio, and I need you to be having songs that we can put out viral, and I need you in the studio. But he let her know he not giving up on his girl group. They trying to be moguls, let him do that. He says give him a week to find a lead singer for that girl group he wants, and if he can't do it, then he'll drop it, and she agreed to that. Now, while that is going on, Anika's sitting over there on her phone, and she interrupts their conversation to let them know that Empire is being raided. Well, child, at that point, Cookie feeling more confident. She telling Hakeem to call Valentina and tell her that Empire is going down like Titanic and that she needs to come on back over to Dynasty. She tells Anika, go see if you can sign royalty, and if you can't, then you can come back to the Dynasty. And meanwhile, she is getting prepared to go and speak with Titan. If y'all remember, Titan is the artist that they were trying to get last season, and Lucious wound up signing him to Empire at the end of the season. But she's on her way to go to his house to try to talk him into coming over to the Dynasty as well. She's poaching Lucious artists because that's what he been doing to her, especially with the Valentina situation, child. Well, as they're heading out to do as Cookie has instructed, she opened that door and that Federal is there to raid her business as well. So, child, I guess they getting all y'all at one time. Well, over at the Lions Mansion, Lucious in bed with the freak of the week, and in comes a pimp named Slipback to tell him, look, you need to get up and get dressed because the feds have raided Empire, and it's only a matter of minutes before they arrive here to do the same thing. Lucious didn't remember why he was even at his house, and he had to remind him, you know, I slept over here overnight. Remember, I was in the room with the twins, and also thank you, child, because, you know, I probably needed that come up like that. Lucious like, no problem, but still, you need to get your ass up because here come the feds. And as he looked out that window, there they were coming. So he told Lucious, go on, get up, and I'm going to meet him at the door. So he meet him down there at the door as Miss D.A. bitch and her counterparts are about to enter the Lions Mansion. And he tried to stall her. He gave her this fake ass, according to Article 45, blah, 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 which is a bunch of bullshit. He knew it too, and as well as D.A. bitch did. So she tell him don't no such article exist, and he said, hey, you can't blame a brother for trying as they push past his ass, right? Well, after that happened, she bust in there and Lucious is standing there bug naked telling her she can search anything she want. And child, she had that "I hate you but I want to fuck you" stare. Okay. Well, over at the Empire, old Mimi girl and came back through, and she got all the members of the board and other employees of Empire, and she's telling them that it's unsettling that the feds raided Empire, but she see no end in sight. So she came down to show her full support for Lucious, and her and Jamal have decided to curb all current and future projects until there's a resolution is met, in this matter with the feds. And Lucious comes in to the Empire, him and Slick back together, and he tell her, they gonna proceed on and not be bothered by the feds raid because that has two significant symbols. For one, they fishing, they have no case, and two, on the streets when you raided by the popo, you considered a G, but when you raided by the feds, you considered an OG. So this is more, this is a move by DA bitch that will prove to be a plus for the Empire, because he is now an OG in the streets. And Mimi was kind of nervous about it. He told her, he said, look, Mimi, hip hop was not born on Wall Street, and he said lions don't hide, they roar, and they're gonna stick to their they're gonna stick to what they got going on and let the feds waste their damn time. But while they harassing him, he's gonna turn the negative into a plus. And he tells her, basically it's a pep talk for everybody at Empire to stay, vigilant and continue on work as usual so that they don't, fall off or nothing like that. They gonna act as if this shit ain't never happening. Okay, basically is what he's saying. So next we see that they've called a family meetings. And Slickback is explaining that the raid is not uncommon. They usually would use one case to open up another one. And Cookie say he even sounded like a crook when he was telling them that. Well, Lucious say this isn't bad at all because it means perhaps Vernon done, switched up on him. So they fishing. And that's when Hakeem asked Lucious, did he kill Bunky? And he's saying no, he did. Him and Bunky, they grew up in the streets together. Bunky always looked out for him, and he also introduced him to the love of his life, meaning Cookie, right? Okay. And he said he missed him every day, and Cookie didn't say nothing. He did Andre, although they both know the damn truth. So the question come up. Hakeem posed the question, what do we do now besides steal Dynasty artists and kick them off the radio? And Cookie are in agreement with that question that they posed to Lucious, and Lucious reminds them that that's the nature of the game, baby. Get over it, okay? Well, Cookie says she'll run his snake ass over any day. And Lucious told her, they was like they was about to get into this kind of verbal disagreement and shit, when Slickback had to remind them they gotta appear to be one happy family, at least until they find Vernon and try to convince him to not testify. Yes, it's illegal, but the case against Lucious will be dismissed if they, if Vernon won't testify for them. And the camera flashed over that Andre, and he looking all convicted in his spirit because up until right now, at this point, only him and Vanilla Love Drop know what really happened with Vernon. Nobody else knows where his ass is. Later, we see him having dreams about that as well. That night that they killed him and shit, he having dreams about it, okay? Now, over at Lucious' office, he's in there looking at all the destruction that the Federalists have done. And he picks up this picture of himself, Vernon, and Bunky. And, if for a moment, it seemed like he was having a sentimental moment, and Cookie walked in and told him, I know you ain't getting all sentimental on me. And he said he must be if he agreed to meet with her. He asked her what she wanted, and she told him that she wants to call the truth. She asked him to allow her back on the radio, don't poach any more of her artists, and stay away from her masters. And he calls her Cookie Monster and asks her what's in it for him if he agrees to do that. And she says the boys would do a video together. She said that right now, that would be a good look for them if it shows that the whole family is standing together, even though they in this beef about Dynasty versus Empire. If they appear in public to still be on a united front for Lucious, that would be a good thing. She say well, he say, well, what about Hakeem? Have you talked to him about it? And she say Hakeem was the one that came up with the idea, you know. And they shared a little, you know, some kind of, it was like a reminiscence. They would, you know, because old boy was saying that it was good for money and, you know, it'll generate money. And he was like, like his father. And she said, no, she said just like his father, because he's in the mind of always trying to make some money or whatnot. Well, Lucious said that have him in the video, but he not budging on the Apex deal. And Cookie asks, why is he doing that to her son? And Lucious say to their son. And Lucious tells her to teach him to be a man. If he wants to be on the radio bad enough, he'll figure out how to get there. And Cookie asks what's in it for her. And he tells her, don't play no games with me. You're getting a free video out of that. And he won't approach any more of her artists. And she asks him, well, what about the masters? And he say, I never even asked for your masters, honey. She said, well, that's what Anika said. Lucious say, well, Anika's a bitch. She's a lying bitch. That's what she do for, you know, for a living. And Cookie had to remind him, honey, she was once your lying ass woman. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what to believe. I don't know if you telling me or she telling me the truth. And he hit her with, well, if you don't trust her, why you doing business with her? And Cookie couldn't say a damn thing. And he started, you know, joking with her or whatnot, telling her, what? You mean to tell me Cookie ain't got nothing to say? Come on, Grandma. And they go through this little cute little banner about Grandma, Grandpa. She tell him to check his stomach and shit like that. And she told him, shit, you ain't never seen a grandma with an ass like this. And I said, yes, God, Cookie, come on through. She pat that ass on him, walk off telling him if he wants to see his grandson again, she suggests he be nicer to their son, okay? Well, we at the Rolling Stone photo shoot, and Jamal uncomfortable as fuck. Child, they got him in this old robe, standing up against his rainbow ass colored curtain, child, all kinds of shit. And the photographer is telling him to show, you know, because he uncomfortable, show his pain of what's going on with his father. He wants to capture the beautiful soul, as he say. And while he's saying that, Michael is over there looking at him like, this motherfucker is flirting with my man. And he wasn't feeling that, flirting with the dick. So after Jamal tells him he appreciates him doing the cover because he's the next Warhol in their opinion. And he asked Michael to co-sign that, and Michael like, yeah, whatever. Well, anyway, old boy gets him to get on the piano and, you know, just play and sing, be in his natural element so that he can get the correct pictures that he wants in order for this shoot to be successful, correct? Okay? So he doing that. And he started singing this song, child. I kind of liked it a little bit. I mean, people be giving Jamal grief, but you know, some songs are hits with him and some are misses, just like with any other artist. Most of the shit Jamal sing, I like. I go to iTunes after the season 1. Well, not iTunes, Google Play, and I bought a lot of stuff. I also went to Amazon Prime and bought a lot of last season's Empire music, okay? So I'm not on the bandwagon. Sometimes he hits, sometimes he miss, child. Well, Andre meets up with Lucious, and he say he know what they been through a lot lately, and Andre is asking him, you know, why he keeping him out of Empire or whatnot. And he tell him, you know, that's the consequences of what you did. And Andre tells him that he continues to love him, but Lucious continues to shut him out. Well, Lucious apologizes and explains that he didn't grow up like Andre did, you know. And we flash back to him giving, you know, to Lucious when he was Dwight. Apparently, the neighbors had called CPS on his mama. And the CPS lady was there asking, you know, questions like, do he feel safe there? You know, does his mother do him right? You know, all kinds of stuff like that. And he said he felt safe with his mom and he wanted to stay with his mother. You know, he don't want to leave his mama or nothing like that. So we go back to current time and let me see. We flap back to current time and Lucious tells him that he wants to be the type of grandfather that he wasn't as a father, and he will always love and protect Andre's child. He having this meeting with him because at the end of that meeting with Cookie, she was telling him if you want to be a part of your grandson's life, you might want to be a little nicer to your son. Well, Andre tells him the door will always be open for you to be a part of your grandchild's life, you know. And he happy because he wants that grandson, They have a little small talk about do you feel it's a boy or whatnot. Because apparently Lucious wants this to be a grandson so he can carry on the lion name, child. I don't see what the big deal is, because even if it's a girl, she still could be a beast like Cookie. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, child, Andre asked Lucious, look, if I can make this all go away, would you allow me back in Empire? And Lucious asked him how. He said, that's just a question. Can you answer it? So Lucious say, if you can make this go away, you can have whatever you want. And Andre say, okay, and he walks away, which prompts Lucious to become suspicious as to why he asked that and what does he know. And we'll find out later how this all comes together. So we at the video shoot, and Lucious is welcoming Hakeem, and he's saying he only there because he can't get his own stuff on the radio. And Lucious tells him that's payback for leaking the album. He lets him know, I could have sued your ass, but that's showing his inventiveness that he did that, and he is, he willing to help him succeed again. Hakeem talking about Lucious stealing Valentino, messing up his girl group, and Lucious offers to make it up to him by allowing, well, first what he did was he offered him some beats that he made for him. Hakeem playing like he don't really want to hear the beats or nothing like that, so Lucious like, okay, so he gets up to leave, and Hakeem says, well, I'll go ahead and listen to him. He said, no, you don't want to hear it. I'll let you listen to this when you're ready to hear this, but no. And he walk off as Cookie coming in asking, what was he in there for? Was he trying to convince him to come back to Empire? And Hakeem let her know, look, we in this together. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about me going back to Empire or dealing with Dad again on that level. Well, on the set of the video shoot, Mimi Girl is there. And Lucious asked her why she decided to buy into Empire. I'm sorry about that background noise. Jalen don't know how to shut up. Jalen, go outdoors. Go outside. I'm sorry about that, y'all. I hate when he does that. So I try to record late at night, but child, I'll be glad when I get the hell away from all them. But anyway, she said, he asked her why she, decided to buy into that. And she said when she found out she was in full remission, she said she wanted to have fun with the rest of her life. And Lucious tells her he glad she made it. And in comes Cookie and Hakeem, and Cookie saying, white bitch, you gotta go. And she said, you mean white man, which in Russian means she who owns 20% of Empire. And Lucious say that translate into she's staying. Child, Hakeem tell her to calm down. That's what he told his mama. Calm down. We moguls now. And Cookie agrees, okay? So the director of the shoot gets everybody's attention, and she explains that Lucious wants the theme of the video shoot to be a post-apocalyptic Black Panther with the brothers fighting against police oppression. And Cookie's like, that's real subtle, Lucious. And Mimi Girl says it's not a time for subtleties. It's for the Lions to send a clear message that police harassment will not be tolerated amongst the brothers. So Cookie say, so you and Katie Lang over there, y'all best friends now, huh? And Hakeem says we all best friends, and asks Jamal, is he ready, right? All right, child. So now we see Andre. He in that bathroom at his house, and in comes Rhonda because she concerned about him because she know he ain't been resting and stuff. And she asked him, is he okay? And he said that he was all right, but, he told her he feels like he needs to continue to try to get back to Empire. That's his destiny, right? And he goes on to tell her that he feels like the Lord is speaking with him, and the Lord is telling him that they should stay there with Empire, and he tell her that he going to dig Vernon up, and that's his only way back into Empire. And she don't want him to do it because he could get caught and go to prison. But he say that, the Lord is telling him he needs to do this, and that's what he gonna do. So she agreed with it, but she kind of thinking, this motherfucker ain't taking his drugs no more. Oh, Lord, we finna go through it again. But that ain't the case. Well, at the shooting of the video, and we see them getting the shit together, child. They come in there. It ain't about the money. It's about the power. I was here for that. I like that song. I can't wait. I hope they release that on Google Play or something so I can get that, child. Anyway, I was here for that shit. During the break, Cookie, they take a break after they do that first shoot, right? And Cookie outside talking to Portia, and as she talking to Portia, child, up comes the motherfucking police. They gonna arrest her on some bullshit charge, talking about she failed to appear. Well, she on the phone before they put her ass behind in that squad car, telling Portia to call her lawyer because she being shook down by the police for no reason. And if they put that bitch in that back car, child, she hit us with a moment of Sandra Bland, baby. If I died in police custody, I did not commit suicide, and I was here for that. Because truth be told, I like the fact that this show can incorporate current social issues into this show. That much I like when Lee Daniel and Danny Strong do that. I was here for that. Well, down at the jail, Cookie having like PTSD flashbacks of when she was in jail them 17 years, right? And in comes Miss D.A. bitch. Basically, she want Cookie to try to spill some tea about Lucious, but Cookie tell her, I ain't no damn snitch, bitch. She said, oh yeah? She said, well, what if I come after your... First, this is why they got her. Now, we got a picture that... She presents a picture of her saying she failed to appear for jumping over this turnstile at the subway. Now, when they show that picture, clearly we can tell it's Portia, right? But she done brought Cookie in there on that trumped up ass charge because she want Cookie to give her tea on Lucious. Cookie not willing to do that, so she got to hit Cookie where it hurts at. She goes and tell her that I will come for your boys, namely Andre. I wonder how he would feel if his current medical records were to be leaked to the public. I sure hope he wouldn't be, I sure hope he wouldn't commit suicide. And I was thinking, now that's a dirty bitch right there, and I hope don't nothing good come of this hoe. I hope in this season we see this bitch really go through, and we do see a beginning of her downfall a little bit at the end of the show, and we gonna get to it. But I wasn't here for that. You don't threaten a bitch child, you know what I'm saying? But Cookie still was hanging tight, telling her wig, whacking all of this shit. And, she left her there. She said if she don't comply, she gonna come for her boys. Well, next we see Andre. He putting shovels in the back of the car, about to get ready to go dig up old Vernon and shit. And in comes Vanilla Love Drop. She tell him she going with him. They ride or die to death, do they part, or prison. Okay, so she going. And it was in that moment, Vanilla Love Drop earned her damn name, Rhonda, back. So as I continue this review, I won't be calling her that. I will give her back her name. Now, I hope this bitch continues to be ride or die for her man like she doing on this episode so that I can keep calling her Rhonda. Because if she just start doing some stupid shit, she going back to fucking Vanilla Love Drop. And that's just how I feel about it. Well, Hakeem finally listening to that beat that Lucious made for him. And he like it. And Lucious tell him, you can have it. Just come back to Empire. You know we got the resources to be able to help you do what you want to do, and Dynasty can't. He tell her if you come on back through here, I'll even let you manage Valentina and stuff, And he telling Lucious, I'm with Cookie now. And he said, where Cookie is? She unreliable. Because Cookie done been disappeared. It's been a couple hours now. And he offers to allow him to come back to Empire, manage Valentino, and allow him to have his music back on the radio if he comply, right? Well, I don't think he gonna comply, because later on in the scene, as they go back to this video shoot, Hakeem have a jealousy moment. The artist that had done the photo shoot for the Rolling Stone thing, he shows up with this huge painting of Jamal. And it's real pretty. Everybody is just oohing and ahhing over child. Lucious is loving it. And Hakeem got beside himself, started feeling jealousy and acting a fool. And Lucious told him, see, that's why I gave it the Empire to Jamal, because he is the artist and he's mature enough. Well, that didn't sit well with poor little old Hakeem, because he take a knife and cuts at the throat area of the picture, which didn't really hurt nothing, because this artist that's all goo goo and gaga behind Jamal takes that slit that he put in that painting and incorporated into the painting itself. And later on we see that, you know, that only made the picture look better. And the child, they was plastering it all up against the wall. I think it was the Empire they was putting that up against, but it didn't do him no damn good, you know. And let me go on and start clear his ass on out the way, so I don't gotta go back to this shit no more about them. Well, after he tore that shit up, tore the painting up, and talking about let's get back to work. If Cookie was here, she wouldn't allow that prop to be on the set and all that shit. Lucious get his ass together with, you know, but she ain't here. And so they go back to filming the video. Well, they get to the portion of the video where they're supposed to spar with each other, but it ain't real, right? Well, Hakeem is now upset because he see how much Lucious is doing for Jamal. So instead of it being a fake sparring match between the two of them, it becomes real, and Hakeem is really getting physical with him to the point where Jamal punches ass. Well, usually he punch him and he fall down and that be it. Well, he punched this boy this time. This motherfucker picked up a bat and was about to hit him, and everybody just stopped like, wait a minute, this shit done turned real. And Hakeem say, everybody been knowing we ain't no family. So, you know, I'm done here and I'm not coming back to Empire. And he go off to sulk at the bar where they have live entertainment, and he finds his next possible girl lead vocal for his girl group, because this little Spanish girl, well, Latina girl get on there, and we think that she ain't gonna blow, but this bitch smaller than a motherfucker with some mighty pipes, just like Valentino. In fact, probably a little bit better. So instead of him texting his brother to apologize as he originally was about to do, he erased that text, child, and went to staring at that girl, because his eyes now is twinkling, because he see her as being the next lead vocalist for his little menage a trois girl group that he can't seem to let go of. And that's all we got to say about his ass, okay? Now let's go back down to the jailhouse where Cookie at. And like I said, she's still up in there having PTSD behind them 17 years, times when she wished for death because she couldn't deal with it. That prompts her to call Miss D.A. bitch to come back in there and talk to her, and she do. But see, instead of her giving her what she thought she was going to get, now D.A. bitch going to think she got a bone, but Cookie really lied, and she lied and kind of helped herself at the same time. She tell that woman, look, I don't know if he killed Bunky or not. I'm not certain of that, but what I do know is they were arguing about this Apex deal. Bunky didn't feel that Lucious should do it, and Lucious wanted to do it anyway, you know. So D.A. bitch is starting to try to think she got her a bone, because this bitch talk about, and the week after he got out of jail, he went into talks to try to purchase this, you know, Apex and stuff. So she thinking she got a shot, something to fuck with Lucious about and stop that deal. Which if she stops Lucious from buying Apex, then Hakeem music can be played on the radio again. So see, she lied to save Lucious, but she also helped her damn self, because she know D.A. bitch is gonna fucking run like a motherfucker to try to get as much as she can out of it. And one of the main things her thing is she want to stop Lucian, okay? Try to put these notes to the side. I'm finna go off the top of the dome, okay? Alright, after that, let's go on. After she tell her that and shit, let's go to the site where they buried Vernon, okay? Now, the marker was supposed to be the tree that he buried him by, was a tree with a hole in it. He never, in the midst of burying this man last season when they killed him and shit, he must didn't look around, because had he looked around, he would have realized every one of them trees in that area has that particular hole in it. So as they done dug by 3 or 4 holes, child, Rhonda realized that and let him know. So now they don't know what to do, how they gonna find Vernon, because all the trees bear the same mark that this tree that he buried him at has, okay? So they sitting there trying to figure out what the fuck they gonna do, because they done dug by 3, 4 holes, y'all. And as they sitting there trying to figure that shit out, in comes some headlights toward them that they automatically assumed was the police. So they jumped down in one of them holes, and once the headlights stopped right there by them, they hear somebody say, put your hands up. So they coming up out the hole, just think they done been busted by the police. In actuality, it's not the police. It is Slickback and Lucious, okay? Lucious had Slickback put a tracking device on his car after he asked him, if I can make this go away, will you allow me back at Empire? So that's how they found out where they was at. So they done came there, and Rhonda begins to explain why they wind up killing Vernon and that they had put him there. Now, child, I don't know how the hell Slickback got this device that can find dead bodies. My girl T can say a dead body found. That was funny as hell. Well, anyway, he done got the dead body found, the child, and they done located the spot where Vernon is at, and they dig him up, and they put him back into the trunk of Slickback, right? Well, child, after they put him in the trunk and stuff, Andre wants to apologize, and he does. He apologizes for everything that went on, how they wind up killing him, and he thanks him for being there for him as they were growing up and stuff. Well, Lucious asked for a moment along with his friends, so we think he gonna say some sweet shit as they walk off to give him that moment. That motherfucker looked down on top of Vernon's body and said, "Vernon here, you snitch bitch," and slammed the damn trunk down. Child, I was too through. I hollered. I said, "Go ahead, old Lucious." Now, I know James love Cookie, and I like Cookie too, because she good for them one-liners, and she a bad bitch. I don't really just hate her, but my motherfucker is Lucious. That is power, baby. Do you understand me? That's the type of motherfucker I would like to, I can hobnob with him. I just know how to take him in doses, you understand. But anyway, y'all, what happened next? Oh, they let Cookie out the jail. She called Anika, and they gonna run him back down there to the photo shoot. But by the time she get there, they done wrapped up for the night. It's over with, right? So automatically Anika get to talking about, well, girl, I might be able to get royalty. And she told her, she said, you know what, that don't even matter no more. She told her, look, I don't trust you, and because I don't trust you, I don't want you at my place no more, because Lucious told me that he never asked you for my masters. And she was like, he's lying. She said, I know he probably is, but the point is, I don't trust you, and because I don't trust you, I don't want you at my studio anymore. And she walked off as Boo Boo Kitty is standing there, look like she about to just break down crying, because she done tried every way she know how to earn Cookie trust. But girl, Cookie not finna trust you. Remember how y'all was with each other last season? That girl not gonna trust you. Well, the final scene of the night, child, that had me kikiing, and I was here for it. We see Miss D.A. bitch coming out of her house. I guess a new day has come. And she on the phone with somebody talking about how she's gonna get the FCC to block the deal of the sale of Apex radio to Lucious lines. Baby, she jumped in that fucking car, and guess who was sitting on the side of her like childless roll? Vernon, dead ass body. That bitch went to hollering. I said, yes, God, honey. Bitch, you act like you so motherfucking bad, and you bring this woman children all into your shit. That is what the fuck happened when you do that. So if you want to play with fire, bitch, keep playing with it. I don't think you're ready for Lucious lines, baby, because he put that dead body sitting up there with you just as nice. You want Vernon? You looking for Vernon? Here you go. So we don't know what's going to happen with this case now. But, child, that was a good-ass episode. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I will try my best to be on time, not 2 days behind on my next review, child. Next week, I'm going to do what I can for y'all. In the meantime, in between time, please like, comment, subscribe. I'll be back shortly with How to Get Away with Murder. Peace.